which we can use and give better care and outcome to the patients as well. So I work in this prestigious institute since 2009. So the topic of today is transforming smiles with self-ligation. You all must be wondering why is that self-ligation is going to make a difference. Using a self-ligating appliance for treating a patient is going to make a difference in the smile when compared to a conventional fixed appliance. What is this appliance going to give to the patient more than what a conventional appliance is already giving, right? So as we know, the generation changes, the preferences of the patient, the choices, how they want to look, how they want to smile, everything changes according to the changing days. So now, if you see, patients prefer a fuller smile. If you will agree with me, nobody wants to have a flat face and an upright teeth. Everybody wants to have a fuller smile, show more of teeth, and which makes them to look younger as well. So considering all this in our mind, when we plan for a patient with malocclusion, the choices of extraction, what modality of treatment we are going to offer for the patient is also going to be different. Okay, so before going into the topic, I would like to know how many of you are using this appliance in the clinic and how many of you are familiar with this concept of self-ligation? Great. So, yeah, I'm happy to see a few of them already using this appliance. So, for others, this lecture will be an insight to what this appliance is about and how it is going to give an edge over the conventional fixed appliance. So, whenever there is a new technology, it is wiser that we imbibe and start using it. Now, what is this ligation? I am not going to the theory or history or any aspect, but as we are entering into the concept of fixed appliance, I would like to just brief you about what is the philosophy of ligation. Once you put in a bracket and put in an arch wire, the force gets delivered from the arch wire through the bracket to the tooth, right? So once the force is transmitted to the tooth, wires establish a connection to the bracket. Now, how you ligate the arch wire to the bracket? We can use various forms of ligation. The conventional, you can use stainless steel ligature, but you must have all seen your patients calling you at an odd time and saying, no, this wire which was put in has caused me an ulceration, it's poking, it's extended, it's cut. So those challenges all of us face. But this was the first way bracket and the wire was ligated. And then came the use of elastomeric modules so that it avoided the use of these stainless steel ligatures, and these modules are so user friendly and it's comfortable for the patient as well. And then comes the concept of self-ligation, wherein if you see this picture, there is no concept of using a ligature wire or a module to hold the wire to the bracket. There is a night-tie clip in the bracket, if you can see here. So this part is the night-tie clip, and you can see a small hole here where the dealer itself provides the instrument for us to open the clip, put on the arch wire and then close the clip. It's very simple, and each company has a different form of an instrument because each bracket design is different. Okay, so this is basically a night-tie clip where you can open and you can close, and this is your slot. So the main advantage will be you are eliminating the usage of the stainless steel ligature or the elastomeric module. So just for now you understand that there is no need to add on the ligation, it is there inside the bracket itself. So now what happens is, whenever you hold the wire and the bracket tightly, there is a lot of friction created between the two, and you will have more force also getting delivered. So instead of that, if you use the self-ligating bracket, the slot is like a tube. There is no pressing of the wire onto the bracket, in which case the patient also, they won't experience so much of pain because of you pressing the wire into the bracket. This is very much applicable when you have cases of crowding. You can see that when the tooth is malposed, the night-eye wire which is just going in initially will create a deflection. Only the deflection will align the tooth. So for that purpose, you will have to tightly use a ligature wire to tie it. But then it causes more friction and also more force and discomfort to the patient. Here what happens is, in this concept there is no pressing of the wire into the bracket, because of which the slot will be like a tube. So the wire will be easily moving into the slot and to be passive. It is not that it won't exert force or move the teeth, both will happen, but the discomfort to the patient will be less, the friction between the wire and the bracket will be less, and also the force which will be generated will be much less than the conventional. So these are all the desirable features how a ligation system should work. It should cause full bracket engagement, low friction, easy to use and comfortable for the patient as well. So now if you see here, this is your slot and this is your clip, and you can see is how much the night-eye wire will be so flexible and keep moving into the slot. This gets converted to a tube. Now what are the benefits? It's very easy to clean, because you all know that the elastomeric module attracts a lot of food debris around the module. You can see the food debris along the bracket, which can cause decalcification and enamel demineralization. So in this way, this bracket eliminates the use of module or ligature wire, so that the oral hygiene maintenance is free. That is the first advantage of it. Then the second point is it's more comfortable, friendly to the patient. Now our patients always, as they enter, they want fast results, easy, and everything they want with less effort from their side, right? So this appliance will also cause less discomfort to the patient. It's aesthetically more appealing, because though you use grey modules, that's what most of us use, right? Unless for children they ask for colored modules, generally it's grey. But because of the food, the colored food what we take, the grey gradually becomes greenish, if you have observed it over a period of time. So it sort of creates an unaesthetic appearance of the appliance for the patients. Now again, they are not tolerant to those things. So now this appliance will be more aesthetically appealing, because there is no module or the ligature wire. Now if you see, the stainless steel ligatures are very cheap, and there is no deformation of the or degradation of the ligature wire to less force, but it takes more time to place and remove, and also the puncture wounds can be painful and also can cause trauma to the operator and to the patient, and there is an inconsistency in the force application. So the researchers found there was extra 11 minutes of time was required to place and remove the arch wires, and you will have to really force the wire into the bracket. Now coming to the elastomeric modules, which has got less time to place and remove, easy to learn, but disadvantage is that it's got lot of force decay in the first 48 hours. So the module which is going to engage tightly the bracket and the wire, more than 50% of the force decays within 2 days. So there are so many types of self-ligating